and welcome everybody. It is a true pleasure today to join this WTIN webinar. And to start, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I'm really thrilled and excited today to talk to you about EFI Reggiani Hyper, the fastest quality ever. And Lucy already in the introduction started to provide us some color about what this product is about. But let's not miss their time and let's really start discovering more about this amazing, incredible product. EFI Reggiani Hyper distinguishes itself in the market as the fastest scan digital printer. In fact, it is able to reach a peak speed of more than 1,300 linear meters per hour. But to tell the truth, speed is important, but it's not enough, in our opinion. In fact, we worked a lot on ensuring that the product could be fast, but also very reliable in order to enable our customer to maximize the printer productivity and availability, really thinking of a productive environment where to exploit really this technology. Hyper, in fact, comes with 72 new printheads concepts that are available on Hyper only today that feature recirculation to the nozzles. And we will go deeper inside this aspect later on. They are powered by our proprietary and now legacy continuous ink recirculation system that really reduces maintenance at startup and during production to really maximize the printer performance and availability. All this is also combined with a third key aspect for EFI Reggiani and EFI Reggiani products, printing quality. Hyper, as the other product in our product line, really deliver outstanding printing quality and extreme design possibilities that are really brought to an incredible level of productivity and speed. This also thanks to technical features like our longitudinal belt movement control to ensure superior printing accuracy. And so let's start from the main characteristic, the one that comes to the eyes immediately when you had or will have the chance to see a Hyper in action. Hyper can reach a truly impressive speed for a scan printer. In fact, it can print at 2 passes more than 13 meters per minute in 1.5 printing width, and more than 10 meters per minute in 3 meters printing width. So quite an impressive speed. And this is made possible thanks to the ability to run our printing carriage at more than 2 meters per second. So really accelerating the standard performances of a printing carriage in scan printing, textile scan printing, and really brought this very big carriage hosting 72 printheads at incredible unparalleled speed. So a speed that is really impressive. But as I mentioned earlier on, it's not just about speed. In fact, when trying to conceive EFI Reggiani Hyper, we really talk to our customers. And one of the key elements that came out was really the fact that a printer can be very productive. It's very interesting, but it's not enough. In fact, a very fast printer not delivering quality or the proper quality, for instance, as well as a fast printer with a very low uptime, so a lot of failures, a lot of stoppages for maintenance, in any case, is not such an interesting product, since all the benefit that you get in speed is really downgraded somehow by these side effects. That's why we really invested in order to be able to deliver a printer that could ensure Reggiani quality, the quality that we can get also in our other scan printers on Hyper as well, while increasing the speed. It is a scan printer, so it is really expanding the possibilities offered in terms of designs that can be printed. This always at an unparalleled speed. And also reliability and uptime. We will see later on the technical features that really make this possible. But the core for us was really to deliver a product that could be champion in speed, but also champion in reliability and uptime. And this also through a consistent reduction of maintenance activities, both at startup and during production. We know that these kind of activities really are downtime, are time where the printer cannot be exploited at its best and at its most in order to really produce, and so to produce printed fabric for sale. That's why we also worked on reducing this, let's say, dead time, this lost time, in order to make sure that this printer could be an always running printer. And so let's start to have a closer look at this product. First of all, it's important to say that Hyper is really designed in order to be as flexible as our customers' business needs. In fact, it comes in 180 to 40 or 340 centimeters printing width. It is also featuring our segmented roller for optimal fabric adhesion. And it comes with several fabric feed options, like the small roll unwinder up to 400 millimeters diameter, the big roll up to 1,600 millimeters diameter, or the fold. Why this versatility? The idea is really to be able to address all the different customers' needs. And so have a printer that can be available in all the main printing widths that are requested in textile to serve our apparel customers, but also our home textile customer, or any customer that may have some specific need in terms of fabric width to be printed. Our segmented roller is ensuring a great handling of both woven and knitted fabrics. This means an extreme flexibility of the printer, whatever the substrate we are going to print. And also the different options in terms of take-up is really meant to provide the best solution in terms of fabric feed that can really fit best into the production process of our own customers. And so adapting to the existing workflow in order to make it as much as efficient as possible. And as anticipated, we really thought about a printer that could be fast, but also accurate in its movement, in its mechanics. That's why we introduced our exclusive Dynaplast roll with independent pressure adjustment, as well as an embedded magnetic device for adhesive application integrated in the printer itself, in order to make all the gluing application process very, very smooth and to minimize also the time lost for this activity. And offering the possibility to use thermoplastic, resin, and permanent adhesives as well. This really to, from one side, be able to compensate smoothly the step versus continuous movement through our exclusive Dynaplast roll. And at the same time, provide solutions in terms of adhesive, like the permanent and the thermoplastic one, that can ensure longer lasting gluing. And so also reduce the time lost for this activity that is needed for any belt printer in order to be able to stick the belt, the fabric onto the belt. Moreover, we leveraged our experience in fast printers and in digital printers, deciding to introduce a precision Kevlar conveyor belt. This specific conveyor belt, as you have understood, looking at the first data about productivity of the printer, is a belt that is running at a very high speed in order to follow a carriage that moves at more than 2 meters per second. So we know that this belt will be running very, very fast. And in order to ensure maximum accuracy, also in terms of belt movement, we introduced our original longitudinal belt movement control in order to be able to guide mechanically at any step our belt longitudinally and ensure a continuous accurate movement also over time of the belt itself. To ensure superior accuracy and stability, we've also introduced a completely new, let's say, bridge structure. In fact, we introduced a double bridge in order to support our printing carriage with two linear motors, synchronized, and inductive encoders. This is really meant to ensure maximum stability and accuracy for a very big carriage hosting 72 printheads that is also running at very high speed. This really to reach top speed without compromising on printing quality. That is always a key aspect for us, something we always take in high consideration. And minimize any advancement errors for superior printing quality, as well as to ensure constant quality over time, thanks to our longitudinal belt movement control that is really able to maintain the position of the Kevlar belt, and it's being centered all the time. Also, after many, many years, the printer is installed. But now let's move to the real core of any digital printer, the printing carriage. And here we really leveraged our experience in terms of recirculation printheads and recirculation ink system in order to deliver something that could be really innovative and bring uptime and reliability to the next level. In fact, EFI Reggiani Hyper hosts 72 new printheads, a completely new printhead concept that has been developed in partnership with Kyocera, that is featuring recirculation till the nozzle plate. That means that the ink is kept continuously flowing till the nozzle plate, always stimulating the nozzles, meaning keep them always wet and ready to print. And so avoid nozzle clogging in order to be able to print faster, also difficult designs, thanks to a, let's say, perfect and high-performing shape of the printheads. These new printheads concept are a 600 dpi, have a 600 dpi native resolution with full variable drop size, and today are integrated on Hyper only. So Hyper is the only printer that is really integrating these printheads in the market. And in order to further power these new incredible printheads performances, we also leveraged our experience on bigger printers like our Bolt, our single pass, introducing a completely innovative printhead maintenance system that is featuring contactless wiping. And so that is cleaning very gently the nozzle plate with a gentle liquid flow and a vacuum system in order to remove any drop from the nozzle plate itself. The introduction of this new printed concept with recirculation till the nozzle plate is really ensuring that nozzles are really always ready to print. This is reducing maintenance needs and stops during production, since the nozzles are always kept ready to print, always wet, and kept unclogged also, thanks to this continuous recirculation. That means that it is possible to stop for a break, for a shift, or also for a weekend. And if the recirculation is kept active, is kept on, when you will be back to your printer, you will be able to start back to production, minimizing really the time needed for restarting standard printers without recirculation. And this is also benefiting in the day-by-day business, since a recirculation till the nozzle plate is really minimizing missing nozzles. That means offering the possibility to keep the printer running very, very fast, since you won't need to scale speed in order to cover missing nozzle, increasing the number of passes. That translates into the ability to print difficult designs at faster speed. And also the contactless wiping is helping really to avoid any stress to the nozzle plate. We never touch it. in order to be very delicate and extend also in this aspect printed's life. We've talked about accuracy that is coming also through the mechanics, and we've talked about the speed that the printer can reach. But when conceiving the printer, we also took in high consideration of time. This is the reason why we introduced a recirculating tilde nozzle plate that is powered today by our legacy and proprietary recirculating system technology that has been enhanced and made more compact in order to fit into this more productive printer, however, in a limited space. Moreover, in terms of maintenance, we also improved the printer, providing double access to the carriage from both sides of the printing chamber in order to really simplify the maintenance experience. In other words, for our customers, even if the carriage we lost 72 printeds, 9 rows per 8 colors, the experience of maintenance will be very similar to a 32 printed printer. In fact, customers will be able to maintain 4 or 5 rows from one side of the printing chamber and the other 4 or 5 rows from the other side of the printing chamber, thanks to the double to the access to the carriage from the 2 sides of the carriage. And this is really making maintenance process smooth, even with a printer that is more complex in terms of number of printeds and consequently electronics. What is core as well is that our printing carriage and printeds are kept under control, and especially ink temperature is kept under control. And we will figure out why. So all these elements, recirculation, ink system, as well as ink conditioning, are really meant to increase the tolerance to environmental conditions. That means that these technologies enable our customer to expand the range of temperatures at which they can run smoothly the printer. That means reduce the conditioning of the printing environment, enlarging and making the working parameters more tolerant. Recirculation has been proved also on our other scan printer that already feature a recirculation ink system since 2018. This is really contributing to the reduction of maintenance at startup and during production. And also in order to ensure a more uniform temperature across the printer for superior printing uniformity. And what is specific to this product is also the ink conditioning. And this is really crucial since we have the possibility to heat or cool the printeds to maintain their temperature constant for a more accurate drop formation. Temperature, in fact, is really crucial as far as printing quality is concerned, and it really affects drop formation. Being able to control this parameter, ink temperature, printed temperature, is ensuring a very accurate drop placement and drop formation for the maximum printing accuracy and quality. In terms of electronics and software, EFI Reggiani Hyper is powered by our own proprietary electronics and software that is ensuring real-time image processing without image precalculation. It comes with the possibility to change on the fly printing parameters and geometry, and especially an easy to plan and flexible queue and job list management feature. The printer is, of course, providing reporting and diagnostics directly from the graphic user interface on board to the printer. And it offers the possibility to monitor and export all printing and printer data to an external database or ERP. This proprietary electronics and software developed by us and internally at EFI is really ensuring a continuous what you see is what you get at each and every moment. You will be able to perform an activity on your touch panel and immediately see your action executed on the printer itself. This also means that there is no time lost for image reading, since it is really a rip on the fly printer. And the possibility to predict in consumption and energy consumption is really ensuring to keep a constant control on costs and printing production flow at each and every moment, just before you start to print your file. All these features make EFI Reggiani Hyper suitable for integration in Industry 4.0 projects, of course. And we know that when running at high speed, making sure that also the fabric is dried properly is a big topic. That's why we decided to combine with our Hyper an industrial double chamber dryer with symmetric ventilation and high efficiency exhaust capacity that can be powered by gas, electricity, oil, and steam. It is also coming with several take-up options, like the oscillating bracewell fold, small roll winder up to 400 millimeters diameter, and the big roll winder up to 1,600 millimeters. So several options in terms of heating sources and in terms of fabric take-ups. This really, from one side, in terms of dryer, to reduce heat waste. So an efficient solution in order to make sure that your complete production process is made as efficient as possible, while ensuring constant and efficient drying capacity, thanks to the continuous conveyor belt movement, to avoid any risk of ghostings or ink marks. And the different heating sources, the different type of take-up that the customer would be able to choose is really also in this case to facilitate the integration of the printer inside the established customer's workflow, and so enable them to choose the best option for their printing environment and production process. We've gone through all the different features of Hyper, and what is important to say is that this printer is fast. This printer is ensuring very high uptime. That means maximize productivity that can be delivered from the printer. But it is also always keeping an eye to printing quality. In fact, Hyper today comes with a wide range of printing modes, including our legacy high uniformity printing modes, in order to ensure better printing quality and smoother transitions. Of course, it is also offering the high versatility of multipass printing. So the versatility and the possibility to modulate number of passes based on the difficulty of the design, based on the ink laydown needed. That means that the possibilities in terms of printing output and design is basically infinite. Plain colors, geometric patterns, but also fine lines, smooth gradients. Any limit can be really overcome, always while satisfying the need for speed. So maintaining overall a very high productivity of the printer. And Hyper is, of course, further powered by our genuine EFI Reggiani inks that ensure excellent runnability as well as astonishing color depth and brightness, always keeping an eye to reliability. In fact, all EFI Reggiani inks have been designed in order to ensure longer life to printers, and so be the perfect match between the printer and the inks. What is interesting and important to say is that EFI Reggiani inks are really boosting Hyper printing speed, since they are able to enhance the performances in terms of productivity of the printer, thanks to their being really optimized on the printer itself, and so studied in order to ensure that also when running at very high speed, with the carriage running at more than 2 meters per second, the quality drop formation are maintained excellent. So as Lucy was saying during the introduction, Hyper, thanks to its performances, but also thanks to its quality and reliability, is really situated in a unique spot between scan and single pass printers. In fact, considering its 1,300 linear meters per hour, or at one pass, or 828 linear meters per hour at 2 passes, it is really increasing the printing speed and really overcoming any other scan printer in the market, reaching speeds that are really unparalleled, and so providing a speed benefit of more than 100% to 32 printheads, and also benefits in between 30–60% more compared to other high productive scan printers. But there is also another topic that is something very specific to EFI Reggiani products, and especially EFI Reggiani 340 products. For those of you that had the chance to visit some customers, there are customers that on our powers, for instance, our scan printers, 340 printing width, are running 2 rolls in parallel. So 2 rolls of 1.50 meters on a 340 printer. Running 2 rolls in parallel is possible thanks to the mechanical precision that is ensured by EFI Reggiani printers. Leveraging this capability that is demonstrated on power, that is possible on Hyper as well, we will basically have the possibility to double somehow a production done in 1.5 meters width. In fact, running the printer, for instance, at 2 passes, 340, the printer delivers 10 meters per minute at 2 passes. And running 2 rolls in parallel, we are able to provide to our customer an output, a true output of 20 meters per minute. This is really approaching the speed of low-end single-pass printers. That's why I love to say that this printer is really positioned in a unique spot between scan, so increasing the productivity, doubling the productivity of existing 32 heads printer in the market, in a more compact footprint, of course, but also being able to challenge with a smaller investment and approach somehow the productivity of some low-end single-pass printers. This is something important just to understand why it is so unique in its positioning and how it is really bridging a gap in terms of productivity between scan and single-pass technologies. And so let's recap together what Hyper is. Hyper today is the fastest scan digital printer in the market, reaching a production speed of 828 linear meters per hour in 1.5 printing width at 2 passes, and more than 1,300 linear meters in draft mode and 1 pass. However, speed is not enough. In fact, thanks to the introduction of the 72 recirculation printheads recirculating till the nozzle plate, as well as our continuous ink recirculation system, EFI Reggiani Hyper has been developed to be a champion for uptime and reliability in order to maximize the actual printer performances. Hyper, being a multipass printer, is also enabling extreme design possibility and outstanding printing quality, thanks to the different and the big number of printing modes and number of passes. It is really enabling to be very versatile and flexible and cover a wide range of design possibility while delivering outstanding quality. All this running at an unparalleled speed. This is, in summary, what I wanted to share with you today about Hyper. And I thank you for staying with me today and for your attention. And now I will really open up to your questions, and I will be glad to reply to you on any curiosity or any interest that you may have about the printer.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for that. Just a quick reminder, I know some of you have already done that, but for any questions that you would like to submit, please can you put them in the Q&A box over the chat box, please, just so we can make sure they're done in order. So to begin with the Q&A, we've got a question from an anonymous attendee, sorry. Will the slides be made available following the presentation?
The recording will be available. Probably we are not sharing the slide themselves, but all the recording of today's presentation, as well as we will be sharing some video materials of the printer in action. Today, we didn't use the video live, since sometimes due to connection, there are some delays. And so it is really difficult to appreciate how fast the printer can be. That's why we will share all the printer's video with you together with the recording of this session.
Fabulous. The next question is, which brand of head are you assembling?
On Hyper, we are using a completely new printed concept with a circulation tilled nozzle plate that has been developed with Kyocera.
Great, thank you. Next question: are the print heads the same as integrated in the Reggiani Bolt printer?
Thank you for the question. Actually, it is a similar technology, since we are talking about printed recirculating tilled nozzle plate. But actually, while Bolt printed were developed in partnership with Fuji Dymatics with some specific characteristics really ideal for single pass technology. In this case, we stayed on a different printhead that is more suitable for scan printing, and that has been developed with Kyocera. So they are two different printheads, leveraging the concept of a recirculation tilled nozzle plate, but by two different manufacturers we cooperated with.
Brilliant, thank you. How many grayscale levels?
The printer is featuring a full variable drop size with 4 different drop levels.
Fabulous, thank you. How does the Hyper compare to the Bolt printer? Will it replace the Bolt printer?
I would say, well, it's very based on the need for customer, but in my opinion, the positioning of the two products are very, very clear. Since Hyper, we said, is producing, based on the printing width, 10 till 13, 15 linear meters per minute. Bolt is in an absolute different scale. It is printing at 60 or 90 linear meters per minute. So they're really replying to different customers' needs. What is important to say is that scan is, like Hyper, is less productive, but is providing much more flexibility in terms of design. Bolt, instead, is the really, let's say, mass production printer. Also very efficient on short runs, but for customers with a size that is important. So able to feed a printer that can print 60, 90 meters per minute. So the productivity scale and investment, of course, are different. So I don't think it will replace, but it will be able to reply to the needs of different customers that are there in the market.
Fabulous. Next question. Will the job editor be able to show the closest print output to expect when we have customized our ink color arrangement, like CMYK, KYMC?
Okay, so the job editor will be able to show you the color configuration. Normally, when we talk about textile printing, we always consider 7, 8 different colors. But of course, the show editor will show you your printer configuration. In terms of printing result, of course, it is something that you will actually see on the printer.
Fabulous, thank you. Have you got any other brand ink homologated? Apologies for my pronunciation on
that. At present, Hyper has been certified, let's say, with EFI Reggiani proprietary inks. It has been released with reactive so far. We are releasing with pigments, and furthering classes of EFI Reggiani products will be available soon. It's important to say that with our proprietary inks, we are really able to cover the complete ink range. So this is what we are releasing on the printer as first shot.
Brilliant, thank you. What sort of investment levels does it take to compare to single pass bolt?
Okay. Just to give you a ballpark, since each and every printer, of course, has a specific positioning, and of course, the different features that I mentioned along the presentation can also make price vary. But we can say that is roughly half, a little bit more than half of the price of a bolt.
Brilliant, thank you. Next question. Have you got any exclusivity on this head?
The printed had has an exclusivity for a period on the market. Today, it's also a matter of integrating the printed in a system. And so this is, it is also taking time. Let's say it's exclusivity, but it's also time of integrating a new printed into a system.
Brilliant, thank you. Next question, are you using plasma treatment before printing?
We are not. This is something not strictly related to the printer itself. About other treatments like plasma, I think it's kind of a different topic. It's really about customers' pre-treatment processes. So probably it's something that can be taken offline with our experts about pre-treatment.
Great, thank you. Which print heads are installed, and does it have ink circulation system?
Yeah, absolutely. Hyper is integrating printers that recirculate till the nozzle plate, so continuously recirculating among the nozzles. And this is a Kyocera joint development, joint technological exploration.
Brilliant, thank you. Just to cover what's been put in the chat box, how many rows of heads has this been answered already?
8 colors per 9 rows. We have 72 printed in total.
Excellent, thank you. How many colors does the printer use?
Up to 8 colors.
And then what will be the size of pass, and does Hyper Ink have a circulation system? Apologies, this has already been covered.
Yeah, Hyper does have ink recirculation system, absolutely, as well as recirculation till the nozzle plate.
Excellent, thank you very much. We'll just wait a few more minutes for any more questions that need to be asked by any of our participants. Just had another one come through. Have you tried to use a white ink, or do you think it's useless in your Hyper?
Okay, I will tell you. For now, on Hyper, we have tested standard color configuration used in roll-to-roll direct-to-fabric textile. So white is not something we have tested at present. It could be something to be done in the future. Ink recirculation probably is helping on this. It's not kind of a widespread technology in roll-to-roll, digital textile roll-to-roll today. It is, while it is more common in other digital application or textile application like direct-to-garment, for instance. It's not useless. Let's say today is not available, and it's not really one of the major, let's say, requests from customers. But of course, we are always open to any suggestion from our customer, from industry experts. So if we will have a demand to go deeper inside that, it could be also a development eventually for the future.
Brilliant, thank you. So just another question. During the presentation of Hyper, you said the 72 print heads were part of a unique. Can you explain this? How does the new design work, and how does it benefit print companies?
Yeah, absolutely. The uniqueness of this printed is coming from the fact that Hyper today is the only printer that is featuring this specific printed. And the novelty of the concept is really the recirculation till the nozzle plate. So the possibility to keep the nozzles always ready to print and to avoid nozzle clogging. This really to maximize uptime.
Brilliant, thank you. Next question. One of the biggest advantages for the Hyper was its speed. How does it manage to increase its speed without compromising any quality?
This was really possible thanks to the design of the printer itself. We have mentioned, for instance, the high precision conveyor belt, the longitudinal belt movement control, the choice also to guide our printing carriage with two parallel bridges. All these elements together, a high precision mechanics are really enabling the printer to run fast while still being accurate. And this is really leveraging from one side, a long-lasting experience in textile, and on the other side, all the R&D development that has been done that leverage really 2020 in order to deliver this new product to the market.
Brilliant, thank you. Another question. Till today, you've always offered non-recirculation heads in your scanning machines. What do you think recirculation is providing?
Okay, recirculation is, in our opinion, a very good solution, an excellent solution for high productive printers. We have started on the Bolt, for instance, and we have introduced also into Hyper. Of course, performing maintenance on big printing carriages like Hyper, that is also in 72 printed, is of course ink consuming and time consuming. The possibility to have a continuous recirculation is really to maximize the time used for production and reduce all the activities that are considered downtime, like maintenance, like purging, that are done on the printed. So it's really done in order to make sure that a fast printer is also a productive printer with a very high uptime. So really looking at customers that are in need to exploit this kind of technology for significant volumes. And of course, it is important to say that recirculation till the nozzle plate technology combined with high printing resolution is something recent. And so it is something that came to quality in recent years. And that's why they have been introduced. We started, of course, from the high end of our product line for the reason I explained earlier on, to combine really speed and uptime all together.
Brilliant, thank you. Next question, what is the DPI of print head?
The native resolution of Hyper printed is 600 DPI.
Brilliant, thank you. And I think for one final question, what materials can the Hyper print on?
Okay, Hyper today is released to print on any kind of fabric, so both woven and knitted fabrics. And also knitted fabrics will be handled gently and without stress, this delicate kind of substrate. We are also looking into further developments in terms of substrates, for instance, transfer paper. Today, the printer is available with woven and knitted fabrics.
Excellent, thank you very much. If there are any more questions, oh, just one just popped in. When will the printer be available to order?
The printer is available to order. It was launched early September. We have already sold 5 units that we are already delivering. So we will be more than welcome to present the printer and to demonstrate it to you for any new order, of course. So the printer is available to order already.
Fabulous. Thank you very much.
So thank you everybody for your time till now.
That concludes our webinar. Thank you so much for attending. And again, Nicole, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you, Lucy, for the great opportunity, and thank you all for joining today. Have a great rest of the day. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye.
Goodbye.